Hello guys, this is a fourth video of Flutter Flame package. So this code is already, so we have built this from the scratch. This is just 40 lines of code that I have started from the first video. So you can do watch from the second video how and what are all the components that we use, the keywords and why we use this. So I have explained in depth of how to draw something in the canvas, what is a canvas, and how to draw a rectangle, and how to make it jump, and how to make the color change, and how to detect a tap. So these are all the basic things that I have done in my previous video. So it's a very minimal thing. So last video we have done this. There is a positional component, and once tapped on it, tap detector will detect and it will call a function. This function has the new positions here, so the new positions will reflect. So this is a jump, but this is not looking like a jump. So the jump will be something when it goes up and comes down because of gravity. See here, we need to understand few things. So we're gonna do an authentic jump here. So for that we need to understand few things. So everything that a positional component do, every movement the positional component do, it is a velocity. So you few people know what velocity is, and how it is used in the gaming thing, and few people know how it is used in the scientific kind of thing. But here the initial velocity would be zero because the box wouldn't be moving. So we need to define a velocity, a gravity, and what's gonna happen when we try to make it jump. So let's go and initialize it here, because this is where we can call in other functions too if we initialize here. So let us go ahead and create the first thing, y velocity. See, I can keep it velocity too, but this is a y-axis velocity, so I'm naming this way, and I'm keeping it 0 for now. So for any kind of basic game you create, any basic game, you need to initialize velocity as 0 first, at least in the initial stages, and then you'll get to know how to play around with the velocity. So now we need a gravity. I can do this as final double. I can make it final, but for now I'm just focusing on to getting your concept straight here. So gravity can be 500. Gravity you can experiment it, but I like to keep it 500 for now. So this can be experimental for you as well. So I need one more thing. That is, when we click on this, it's gonna jump, and once it's jump, we need to initialize the strength of the jump. Should it go all the way here? Like, what is the strength of it? So here, let me give jump str, that is the jump strength. I am initializing minus 300. Why minus 300? Because see, if we are going from just remember this, from top to bottom it is a positive scale, from bottom to top it is a negative scale. So when we jump, we move from bottom to top, right? The box moves like this and then comes back. So gravity is positive and jump strength is the negative. We don't need this because this is very generic and this is very basic. uh, Now I think you guys would know this. Update is something where every frame rate, like, it is gonna update it is gonna keep on updating according to the frame rate. So if there is any movements, we can use the update. In the last video we haven't used update because we directly initialize the position, but if you want the position to be keep on moving, then you need the update. Basically we need the update from here on. So let us create an override function as always, and let us create update. And I have told you what update is in my last video, previous videos, and what we have to initialize with it. So we have to initialize the delta time, that is the dt, because every phone, every device has its own frame rate. To unify the frame rate, we are going to use this. So now what I'm going to write might not sound so straight to you, but to by heart it, to memorize it, because eventually you'll get it along the way. But it's just 2 lines of code, so I'll explain you, but if you can understand, that's well and good. So now what we need is a velocity that we have already initialized. So here what I'm telling is velocity is dependent upon gravity, and we're using dt here because as I told you about the frame rate. And the position Y, the Y position, the where it should start, it is already there. What is the size of it, it is already there in the onload, that I have always mentioned about onload, render and everything in my previous videos. So the position Y is dependent upon Y velocity, and again that is multiplied by delta time. So now here in jump, what is jump dependent on? So jump is called in tap detector. So when we click on the box, it detects the tap and does the next function, that is calling the box jump. So the box jump should say something. So we have already told what a jump strength will do. So we can directly, so well, what is velocity, guys? Again, remember it. Velocity is something, any movement here, any movement of the box is velocity. Now when we jump, we are making the movement upwards. So upwards is minus, and we have already given jump strength. So here we can, from now on, guys, there won't be any position kind of thing. So it's always velocity now from here on. uh, and position y would be dependent upon velocity, it's the movement, velocity it's a movement. So velocity is directly dependent on the jump strength. So whenever somebody tries to jump, then we can call this. So one thing we have missed, the assignment operator. See, this is very important. I am making this mistake, so I shouldn't make this next time. This is really important, the assignment operator. In my last video, last 2 minutes, I guess I explained this. So let us just go ahead and see. I guess it will just fall. Oh, alright, so it's gonna just fall. Let me reload it and try to catch it when it falls. Or yeah, when I click on it, okay, it's okay. When I click on this, let me restart it again, so you guys can get a clear picture. So it will start once again. Okay, I have clicked on it now. So this is looking like a jump, guys. See, the gravity is acting. See, when I click on this, the tap detector is getting activated and it is directly calling the jump strength. So velocity is acting here, and velocity is dependent upon the gravity, and the position y, whatever this position is, it is dependent upon the y velocity. So this is how it is creating a perfect environment to, you know uh, it is a combination of these things, velocity, gravity, and that is directly dependent upon position. Even though you cannot wrap your head to this to memorize it, because eventually you'll get it, that is my sure shot guarantee. So now this looks like a jump, right, guys? This looks like a perfect jump here. So go on, experiment with this. This is just 10 additional lines of code that I have given. So you can go on and create another positional component. Always experiment with it. That is how you learn. Alright, guys, it's a 9-minute video now. So I will be coming up with more small features, minor features, and I'll be coming up with very basic kind of things, so that you guys can do something on it. Okay, farewell, guys.